This is Christina Artemis. Love is the great transformer. The goddess Aphrodite reminds us of the power of love. I'm particularly interested in this goddess because she comes from the deep culture of Cyprus, which is where I come from. She is said to have risen from the foam, and there are rituals dedicated to her in the temples over there. She's also known as the goddess Isis in ancient Egypt. Love, love changes everything, or so the song goes. Why do we seek love so much, and why do we crave relationships? Well, I'm certain that love wants to heal our human hearts. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful experiences, and yet the most painful. Perhaps we as a race, do you think we might have closed our hearts? And yet Aphrodite speaks to us, saying better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. The signs of our modern times are very upsetting. We look out there and we see wars, we see conflicts, atrocities, and we fear for our safety and that of our children's. So we might ask, where is love in this world? And where did the conflict start? And can we as individuals do anything about it? I think that the conflict in the world is a reflection of the conflict within our hearts. So perhaps we should start with our own personal life. So many people are questioning, deeply dissatisfied, trying to resolve the conflicts within our hearts. And whatever happened to that man or woman that I first fell in love with, believing that that amazing feeling would last forever? When did it start to change? And why? Yet love is the greatest healer. I think that love wants to shine the light upon the shadow side of ourselves, the side we'd prefer not to look at. Sometimes at the beginning of our relationship, our partner seems to love us more than we love ourselves. I've often thought a relationship gives us a provoking seminar, showing us what's really going on inside. And to quote one of my teachers, Sandra Ray, she said something profound, that love brings up anything unlike itself. In other words, all of the negatives, the fears, the old suppressed patterns and beliefs that cause separation. Why? For the purpose of healing and making us whole. I only want to touch on this subject, that's all I have time for. But if you want to take this further, look at my website. And I have a program of life energy coaching with relationships. Meanwhile, you may be interested to know I am writing a fantasy novel based on the subject of the journey to find Aphrodite. Bye. Talk to you again.